On today's show, Sony's new rumored handheld, the fallout from E3's cancellation, and our mini review of the indie smash hit Dredge, plus so much more. Coming at ya next.
Crossfire.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to Crossfire News. I am your host, Russ Dornish, and let's jump right in. First up are a couple of Sony rumors that hit the net this week. A new handheld for Sony, but is it truly the handheld Sony fans want? After the success of both the Switch and most recently the Steam Deck, handhelds are at an all-time high demand. This has made many wonder if Sony would jump back into the game after the failure of the PS Vita. Reports this last week say Sony will in fact be jumping back in, but with a slight twist. Insider Gaming reports that the new codename Q-Lite is coming from Sony this fall. But rather than being the successor to the Vita with its own games, the device will simply be a remote play device to pair with your PS5. Tom Henderson from Insider Gaming states, sporting an adaptive streaming up to 1080p and 60 frames per second, the new device will require constant connectivity to the internet. As for the console's physical features, early prototypes show the console will look a lot like a PlayStation 5 controller, but with a massive 8-inch LCD touchscreen in the center. The device sports adaptive triggers for haptic feedback and will include what you would come to expect from a handheld: volume buttons, speakers, an audio input jack, etc. Insider Gaming understands that the Q-Lite is in its QA phase and is scheduled to release before the PlayStation 5 Pro and after the detachable disc drive for the PS5. End quote. On top of the handheld news, the next Sony showcase is also to be rumored for the end of May or early June. This showcase will give us a look into the second half of the PlayStation 5's life cycle as we come up with the halfway point soon. New hardware releases of both the Q-Lite, a detachable disc drive, new headphones and headsets, and of course, the rumored PS5 Pro will all be a part of the second half of the generation per rumors. Games that are rumored for the PS5 and potentially this new showcase include Spider-Man 2, Ghost of Tsushima 2, Wolverine, Naughty Dog's Factions multiplayer, and many more unannounced titles. I have to say, as a fan of the Vita, I am disappointed that Sony is going the remote play route. I use remote play frequently, but was hoping to get a totally new handheld Sony device with its very own software. We will see if it gets announced at the next event, so stay tuned to Crossfire to find out. Up next, we have some of the fallout from the cancellation of E3. The schedule for this summer's announcements, in light of E3 no longer taking place, have seemingly leaked or been announced. Jeff Keighley's Summer Games Fest will take place on June 8th at 3 p.m. Eastern. Microsoft will have its showcase on June 11th, which will include a massive Starfield portion, and Ubisoft will be having theirs on June 12th. As mentioned previously, Sony is also rumored to be having theirs sometime before the game's showcase on June 8th. So while E3 is officially dead, all of the companies will continue to do their announcement events, albeit digitally on their own terms. Resident Evil 4 Remake was recently released to rave reviews, calling it the greatest remake of all time. However, a recent update has brought a bit of controversy to the game and its fans. On top of releasing the mercenary free DLC mode for the game, Capcom has also released microtransactions in the form of weapon tickets for $3 each. These tickets allow players to get gun upgrades quicker by bypassing the in-game currency and using real-life money to get them at the beginning of any playthrough. With the game being single-player only, the question that many are also asking is, does it matter? Should we as gamers care when someone chooses to purchase things that make things easier? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. And lastly, Dredge was released last week on all platforms. Dredge is a single-player fishing adventure with a sinister undercurrent. Sell your catch, upgrade your boat, and dredge the depths for long-buried secrets. Explore a mysterious archipelago and discover why some things are best left forgotten. Both David and myself have played it, and this past weekend, I was able to complete the game 100% and thought we would discuss the game and our thoughts overall on whether you should play it. When I first heard about the game, I was unsure that a fishing simulator would be a game of interest to me. Instead, what I found was a beautiful, artistic game that had tons of RPG mechanics and places to explore. The game is surprising and full of twists and turns, leading up to the finale and conclusion of the game and its story. The gameplay mechanics are perfect, from actually catching fish, to upgrading your boat, to making things easier as you grow your fishing empire. We here at Crossfire can say that we highly recommend Dredge to any gamer out there. Even better, Dredge is rated E10+, making Dredge a great game for almost all ages. That's all for this week. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you know when we post our new videos each week. And also, check us out on our website, crossfirecast.com, to find out where you can interact with us. For Crossfire News, I'm Russ Dornish. You are loved, you belong, you matter. God bless, and we'll see you next time. Crossfire.